If you're watching this, your mental game is the problem. I'm gonna skip the small talk and get straight to it. You already know what it feels like. Stepping into the box, your hands are shaking, you have a pit in your stomach before every single at-bat. You're not thinking about the pitch, you're thinking about what happens if you fail. What your coach thinks, what your teammate thinks. Maybe even your dad that's sitting in the stands. Truth be told, you're not present, you are terrified. And I know exactly what that feels like because I lived it. Junior year of high school, I was yipped up bad. I was shaking in the box, zero confidence, and every at-bat felt like life or death. I cared so much about what everyone thought that I stopped playing my game completely. I played small, tight, scared, not dominant. I had the physical tools, I had the work ethic, but the second I stepped between the lines, something took over. That pit in my stomach and that voice telling me I wasn't good enough. And that feeling that one bad at-bat would end everything. And I spiraled constantly. One strikeout would bleed into the next at-bat, then the next, and then the next. I could not reset. Couldn't flush it and couldn't get out of my own head no matter how many reps I took in the cage. Everybody told me to just flush it, be confident, trust your training, but nobody told me actually how to do that. So I figured it all out myself. I found Dr. Joe Dispenza's work on identity and habit change. I started building real mental systems, breath work, visualization, pre-performance routines, and I stopped playing for the crowd and I started playing from a completely different internal place. Senior year, I started and I led my team and I dominated from a level of confidence I didn't even know I was capable of doing. Not because my swing changed, not because I got stronger overnight, but because my identity changed. I stopped being the guy who played scared and I became the guy who played dominant. And that's what a real mental system does. And that's exactly what I built inside the Close the Gap protocol. And here's exactly what's going on with your mental game right now. It is not a confidence problem, it is an identity problem. You're trying to build confidence from results. One good game, you feel good. One bad at-bat, you spiral. Your confidence lives and dies with your performance. That's not confidence, that is dependence. And it will destroy you every single time. See, real confidence doesn't come from results, it comes from identity, from knowing exactly who you are between the lines regardless of what just happened. From having a system that grounds you before the at-bat even starts. And right now, you have none of that. Here's a cycle you are stuck in. You step in the box tight. You're thinking about the last at-bat or the next one, or who's watching, but your body tenses. Your swings get short, you pop up, you strike out, you walk back to the dugout and replay it 47 times. Next at-bat, you step in the box even tighter and the cycle repeats. Listen, more reps do not break that cycle. More lessons do not break that cycle. Your coach telling you to flush it doesn't break that cycle. A mental system breaks that cycle. And here's what makes it worse. Your physical underdevelopment is feeding your mental spiral. When you don't trust your body, you press harder. When you press harder, you spiral faster. When you spiral faster, your mechanics break down. And when your mechanics break down, you trust your body even less. It's a cycle that keeps tightening until you barely function in the box. We break both cycles at the same time. Physical development builds the foundation your confidence needs, and mental performance systems build the identity your game needs. Together, they create something that cannot be rattled. Here's exactly what the Close the Gap protocol looks like. 3 pillars, all connected, all tied back to your mental game. Pillar 1 is the standard separator. This is your mental performance system, and this is where we start. See, most programs treat the mental game as an afterthought, a 5-minute conversation at the end of the practice, end of the game, but we built an entire pillar around it. Here's what it looks like inside the program. Every Sunday night, we run a group call. Every single athlete includes a dedicated mental performance lesson from my mental performance coach. Real frameworks, real systems, real tools you can use before your next at-bats. These are not theories, this is application. Inside the private community, you get access to 10 in-depth mental performance modules, 30 videos in total. Breathwork, visualization, pre-AB routines, identity building, pressure management, resetting after failure, everything you need to know to rewire how you compete on the field. You get unlimited 24/7 text access to your mental performance coach and one-on-one private calls whenever you need them. You have a bad game on Tuesday night, you don't need to wait until next Monday. You reach out that same night. Your coach knows your game, he knows your struggles, and knows exactly what broke down and how to fix it before your next AB. Weekly accountability calls keep you from hiding. You don't get to spiral in silence. We review what happened, we identify what broke down, and we build the system to fix it before it happens again. This is how you stop shaking in the box. This is how you stop spiraling after bad ABs. Not from advice, but from a system that rewires your identity from the inside out. Pillar 2 is prime development. Here's something that nobody connects for you. Your mental game is breaking down partly because your body isn't built. When you don't trust your physical output, you press. and when you press, you spiral. It's all a cycle, and it does start with your physical foundation. Prime development breaks that cycle at its root. We use a phased training system called Build, Peak, and Dominate. In the build phase, we develop your strength base, and you stop feeling physically behind every guy in the lineup. The peak phase, we convert that strength into explosive power. Your body starts producing output you can actually trust. And in the dominate phase, we express that power on the field. You stop guessing whether your training is working because the numbers actually prove it. And we test every 2 weeks. You don't hope it's working, you know. And that certainty is not just physical, it is mental. When you know your body is built, you stop pressing, you stop playing scared, and you start playing dominant. Pillar 3 is Major League Launch. Here's where everything shows up. Your mechanics break down under pressure because you don't trust them. You've been told what to fix, but never had it built specifically around your body, your swing, or your deficiencies. Major League Launch fixes that. We break down your swing on video and we identify your specific mechanical inefficiencies. We build drills around your body, your movement pattern, and your needs, not just generic cage work, not YouTube drills, and not your travel ball coach's opinion. Individualized hitting development that transfers to your game performance. And here's how it ties back to your mental game. When your mechanics are built on a physical foundation that's actually developed, they hold up under pressure. You stop breaking down in big moments because your body knows what to do. Your swing becomes automatic and your mind stops interfering. And all 3 pillars work together over 24 weeks. The standard separator rewires your identity, prime development builds the physical foundation your confidence needs, and Major League Launch makes your mechanics automatic under pressure. You stop playing scared and you start playing dominant. That's the whole game. I want to show you what happens when a player who struggles mentally gets the right system behind him. Danny came to me with zero confidence, couldn't trust himself in big moments, got on the program, and added 19 miles an hour to his exit velo. And here's the part that matters. He didn't do it in a quiet gym with nobody watching, he did it at a showcase, with college coaches standing right there. And he got nationally ranked on Perfect Game. That's not a confidence trick. That's what happens when your physical output catches up to your mental systems. Liam struggled immensely mentally.
Nate, you've been super, like, your talks with me with mental have done so much, and anyone who struggles with the mental side or the physical, like, you've done so much for me with the physical too. And I mean, like I just said, you've changed who I am as a ball player.
He couldn't get out of his own head. He got on the program, added 9 miles an hour to his exit velo, and started his junior season batting .600. He got nominated for Athlete of the Week in Rockford County, leading his team to the best start in program history. He hit 2 home runs he couldn't even put out in BP before the program. Think about what that does to your confidence. Think about what it feels like to hit a ball further than you've ever hit it in your life in front of your entire team. That's not just physical development, that's a full identity change. Jace, he second guessed himself every single AB. He couldn't commit to a pitch, and he couldn't trust his hand. He got on the program and his exit velocity shot up. But more importantly, he became the most dominant and confident version of himself.
Like physically and mentally, I feel like strong in the box, like I'm ready to go, and I'm just ready to get after it and prove myself.
That's the only way I know how to say it. He's a different player out on the field now. These are not outliers. This is what happens when you stop guessing and start building. When your mental system and your physical development work together instead of against each other. You can be next, but only if you stop waiting. And I know you've probably tried to fix your mental game and you feel like nothing has worked. That's because you haven't tried a system. You've tried advice. Flush it. Be confident. Trust your training. That is not a system, those are suggestions. A system gives you specific routines before every AB, a specific reset between pitches, and a specific identity to step into when the pressure spikes. That's what we build, it's not advice. And you may even be thinking, my hitting coach already works on the mental side. With all due respect, your hitting coach is a hitting coach. He's teaching you mechanics. The mental side he gives you is just a byproduct of that. It's not a system built specifically for mental performance. There's a difference between a coach who mentions confidence and a dedicated mental performance coach with a full curriculum, one-on-one calls, and 24/7 access. One is an add-on and one is a foundation. You've probably also thought, I just need more reps and confidence comes from repetition. Reps build skill. They do not build identity. You can take 10,000 reps and still shake in the box when it matters, just like I did in high school. Because the problem isn't your swing, dude. The problem is who you believe you are when you're in the box. That's an identity problem. An identity does not change in some random cage. It changes from a system that rewires how you see yourself on the field, and that's exactly what we do. But meditation and breathing sounds kind of weird, like mystical practices. Maybe they're not for me. And I thought the same exact thing. I was a baseball player. I didn't want to sit in silence and breathe. Then I tried it and it was the single best performance unlock of my career. This is a pre-performance system and it takes 20 minutes and changes everything about how you step into the box. Every elite performer in every sport uses some version of this. You haven't had it built specifically for baseball until now. Finally, how can online mental performance coaching be as good as in-person? In-person mental coaching means you see somebody once per week. You have a bad game on Tuesday and your next session isn't until next Monday. You spiral for 6 days with no support. Within the Close the Gap protocol, your mental performance coach is available 24/7. You have a bad game tonight, you can reach out tonight. That's not worse than in person, that is much better. Because the mental game doesn't wait for your next appointment. Here's a truth that nobody told me when I was shaking in the box junior year. The problem was never my swing, it was never my strength, and it was never my mechanics. It was who I believed I was when I stepped out on the field. I played scared, tight, small, for years, until I built a real mental system that changed my identity from the inside out. Then I started, I led my team, and I dominated. You're capable of the same shift, but it doesn't happen from more reps. It doesn't happen from your coach telling you to become confident. It doesn't happen from hoping that feeling goes away. It happens from a system, a real one, built specifically for you. That's what the Close the Gap protocol delivers. Mental performance coaching, physical development, and hitting mechanics working together to turn you into the player who competes from confidence, not fear. Your window to fix this is right now, before you show up to college carrying this same spiral into the lineup that has no patience for it. Don't show up mentally broken and don't make my mistakes. If you're ready to fix this for real, apply to the Close the Gap protocol in the description. We'll get on a call and I'll show you exactly what the Close the Gap protocol looks like and whether you're a fit or not. Spots are limited. Stand out, don't settle.